Welcome to Neosho Wildcat Baseball, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Neosho Wildcats. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
And good evening, Wildcat fans. Welcome to Roy Shaver Field. A little bit wet, John Ball with Coach Larry Perkins, and you're grinning a little bit because we just talked about, you said, are we going to get this one in? I said, nah, it's not going to be a problem.
Well, hey, hopefully it's not going to be a problem. Hopefully it's just a little bit of drizzle a little bit and spitting a little bit, and it'll just go right on by, and we'll get this game over with.
Well, a typical Wildcat game, it is 78 degrees, or right there close, and it will be at game time. But the wind is out of the south at 14 mile an hour. It's going from right field to left field, so there's an opportunity for somebody to go yard tonight, isn't there?
Well, yeah, it is going to go yard to left field, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really is. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube Tire and Auto Center. We're excited about the opportunity to be here. We'll be here again tomorrow night, weather permitting. We have a makeup game with Republic. Then we'll turn right back around and be in Seneca, weather permitting, Thursday. And then the Cats will be making a trip to Branson and finish the season up, and we should be ready to go to district playoffs sometime next week.
I think you need to add that weather permitting again and just be consistent all this week.
Yeah, very much. So we are here. We're entertaining the East Newton Patriots, and this has become a little bit of a rivalry, hasn't it, Coach?
It's a battle of Newton County right now. You got Seneca, you got East Newton, and you've got Neosho. So it's a battle of Newton County. It's a matter of pride.
Well, I tell you, we have beat East Newton. We beat them last year by a score of 10-1. That's not anything like some of the basketball games we've played. We've played some really, really close basketball games, both with their house and ours too, and that just kind of adds fuel to the fire, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, and I'll tell you right now, I just remember my days when I was first at East Newton. That was one of those things. It was always, we treated it like a David and Goliath. You wanted to knock off Neosho, who was their Goliath, and you're the David. And right now, I've always told players sometimes like this, you got to be careful. This could be a no-win game, because if you don't beat them by enough, then they're going to say, what's wrong with you? And if you don't beat them, period, then they're going to say, what's wrong with you? So it could be a no-win situation.
Yeah, but hey, speaking of David and Goliath, over on the other side of the county, how about those Diamond Lady Wildcats?
Hey, how about them? Those ladies are playing some softball right now.
They really are. They are, I think, 33-1. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case.
You are correct.
We're looking for them to make it into the district final game, which will be tomorrow night. If that's the case, Ben Wilcott will have that call, and then they will entertain a regional game, which should be really exciting for the little town of Diamond.
Oh, hey, they for last year doing what they did, and then going this year the way they've been going. I mean, they've turned that program around, and it's a real highlight for the Diamond community.
This is the pregame show. As we said, it's being brought to you by ProLube Tire and Auto Center. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout as you see the Cats going out to take their warm-ups, and we'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to take 30 seconds today to encourage you to pray, because our prayers have the power to move heaven. James 5 says the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. When we pray, God listens. When we pray, situations can change. When we pray, miracles can happen, and heaven moves on our behalf, simply because we pray. Take some time today and pray. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 9 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505. Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Roy B. Shaver Baseball Field in the Marion Family Complex here in Neosho, Missouri. As John told you earlier, it's a cloudy, overcast day, but the wind is blowing out of the south. And John, it's still a great day for baseball.
I can't imagine there ever being a time that's not great for baseball.
Exactly. And being a part of today's game and a part of the Neosho area is the Neosho Nazarene Church. They would like to invite you to visit them sometime at the Neosho Nazarene Church on Fair Hill Drive, just off the boulevard. Sunday morning services are at 8 and 10:30 with Sunday school at 9:30. For more information, the phone number for the Neosho Nazarene Church is 417-451-1847, or you can visit them online at neoshonaz.org, and they say, go Wildcats.
Yeah, we're excited to bring the ball game to you today, but before we go too much farther, I'd be remiss, Larry, if I didn't pay homage to a guy that just passed away, a guy by the name of Will Cook, who was the community president of First Community Bank, and as you saw their spot there just a minute ago, he had a whole lot to do with us being where we are right now. Yeah. He's a friend of this radio station. He is a friend of sports, was always very active. He was on the school board over at Seneca. He's been on the Chamber of Commerce for a long time, very active in this community, and he will be sorely missed.
He sure will. And it's just, your heart goes out to the family right now, and it's just hard.
Our prayers are certainly with his wife, Lori, and the two kids, and a granddaughter as well. It was a tragic, any death is always tragic, but what an untimely thing for to happen. Neosho will miss you, Mr. Cook.
Yeah, we sure will.
We are ready to play ball here in just a few minutes. You can see the Neosho team is out doing their warm-ups. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube. And don't we have something with the New York Naturals there? Or
yes,
the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, not the New York.
Arkansas, yeah, maybe they're relocating. We don't know. No, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals are at home at Arvis Ballpark Tuesday, May 7th through Sunday, May 12th. versus the Springfield Cardinals. For ticket information, you can see that at nwanaturals.com, a proud supporter of high school baseball on KNEO.
We're going to take another time out. We will be back with keys for the Cats and the starting lineup and all those kind of things. But you're watching the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube Tire and Auto Center. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says, "You have not because you ask not." Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 417-451-4244 or in Arkansas, 479-431-5226.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook/Calvary of Neosho or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
And hey there, Wildcat fans. Welcome back here at the Roy B. Shaver Baseball Field in the Marion Family Complex here in Neosho, Missouri, as we're about to take on the East Newton Patriots for a border battle. I should say not a border battle, but more a county battle here between the Patriots and the Wildcats. And being a part of this game is the Keys for the Cats. It is sponsored by State Farm agent Eric Norris in Neosho, located at 437 West Kohler Street in Neosho. Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. You can learn more at ericnorrisinsurance.com or call them by phone, 417-451-6666. And they say, go Wildcats. And John, what are the keys for the Wildcats tonight against these East Newton Patriots?
Well, the keys for the Cats are just a little bit different. C stands for celebrate. We've got two things to celebrate tonight. First of all, it's senior night, and we've got 4 seniors. Quentin Hughes, who's a 4-year starter for us. Drake Swift, who's utility pinch runner and a pinch hitter, but Drake spent most of his career playing football and playing inside linebacker. He'll truly be missed next year. Colton Southern has been utility. He solidified his position last year at second base, but he's come in and pitched. If we have a closer coach, that's who it probably is. And then we've got Noah Lawson, who is a mainstay at first base. Probably Noah, as the coach said, has more baseball IQ than anybody else on the team. So we certainly want to celebrate them. We wish them the very best of luck and recognize them tonight on senior night. And number 2, you know what we're going to celebrate? By golly, we're going to celebrate a victory.
Okay.
We're going to have a victory tonight. We're taking on the East Newton Patriots. Their record is 9-16. Cats lost a tough one Saturday to the Mountaineers from Mount Vernon by a score of 2-3. We lost at Carthage last week, another tough one, by a score of 1-0. That means that we've scored 3 runs in 2 ball games. It's time to celebrate. And we're going to do that by getting active at the plate. We have got to score runs. There is no doubt about it. At one time, this ball club had the very first batter in the lineup get on base 10 times in a row. We've got to be able to do that again tonight. The old adage is you can't score if you're not on base.
That's true.
That absolutely is part of it. T stands for timing and timely hits. We have got to get started hitting the ball just as soon as we can get things happening. We put the ball in play and all kinds of different things happen to us, and that's vitally important to us. We know that we can hit the ball. We've showed that at the beginning of the year. What better time than before district playoffs to get back into that groove and get back into the swing and hit the ball well. S stands for stymie. Let's stymie the Patriots with our defense. We beat them last year 10-1. Let's do it again this year, and let's give the seniors truly something to celebrate. If we do that, then we'll probably go ring the bell tonight.
Hey, I like your keys for the Cats right there, especially when you said we got to stymie them and everything and get this thing going. So I agree with you there. Neosho's on a 9-game losing streak, and as you said, you're about to enter district play, so you want to be on your top notch, playing your A game as you come in, operating on all cylinders, ready to go.
Well, you know, and you know this very well being a coach, we actually have 2 seasons. We've got our regular season, and then we've got district playoffs, and you cannot judge district playoffs by what happened during the season, because district playoffs is 1 and out.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of dimensions that change when that happens.
Well, you're right. That's when you go in. You got to be playing, like I said, your A game, and you got to be ready because, as you said, it's one and done, and you don't want it to end. That's the biggest thing, and especially tonight for the seniors. I know they don't want this to end. Their season's coming to a close for both teams. Both teams are having seniors. It's coming to a close. They're about to take the next chapter in the book, and that's, for some of them, that's kind of sorrow because they like it where they're at right now.
Well, it really is. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube Auto and Tire Center. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes before we get this ball game started. We're going to take another timeout, and we'll be right back with the starters. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on Neosho Wildcats and KNEO Sports Network. We'll be right back.
A radical change is needed in every person to find true or real fulfillment in this life, to be acceptable to God, to enter God's kingdom.
Billy Graham on why being a good person is not enough to save you.
What's wrong? The Bible tells us. The Bible says the thing that is wrong is that we have a disease. It affects the whole human race all over the world, and the disease is called sin.
Sin separates us from God, but there is hope. God promises to forgive our sins if we follow Jesus, his Son.
Do you know Christ? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed if you let him.
You can learn more about getting to know Jesus at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
And welcome back to Roy Shaver Field. We're at the Neosho Marion Family Complex.
There we go.
That's a whole mouthful, isn't it? It really is. But we're excited to get this ball game underway. See the umpires coming this way. So, Coach, let's go ahead and let's
do it.
Share the starters.
All right, for the visiting East Newton Patriots, batting first and playing second base will be number 1, Braden Van Loo. Batting second and playing shortstop today will be number 3, Colt Walters. Batting third and playing center fielder will be number 14, Will Eichelberger. Batting fourth and playing third base will be number 10, Braxton Wolf. Batting fifth and catching today will be number 8, Josh Mathis. Batting sixth and being the DH, today will be number 5, Luke Cook. Batting seventh and playing right field today will be number 23, Hayes Hagedon. Batting eighth and playing left field will be number 2, Luke Moore. Batting ninth and playing first base today will be number 4, Brennan Van Loo. And the pitcher today in the flex position will be number 15, Christian Cook. And that's your starting lineup for the East Newton Patriots.
And for the Neosho Wildcats with a record of 8-19, they're coached by head coach Bo Hessel, who is assisted by Nayland Whitehead and T. Hessel. We'll start out with a junior. He wears number 1 on his back and plays third base, Hudson Williams. Hitting in the 2-hole is number 22, another junior, Cade Spiva. In the 3-hole and catching as well is another junior, as Canton Smith. In the 4 spot, Denver Welch, we've seen him play off and on. He's been injured along the way, but he will be hitting in the 4th spot and playing left field. Noah Lawson, our first senior to graduate tonight, is wearing number 34, and he plays first base. Then it'll be senior Quentin Hughes, number 10, that'll be playing shortstop. Senior Drake Swift wears number 2, and he will be the designated hitter. And then our last senior is Colton Sutherland. He wears number 8. He'll be playing second base. And last in the batting order will be Ben Versluis, a junior. He plays the center field and will be the top of the batting order. Lemon McInturf, a junior, will be on the mound for the Cats. He will not be hitting tonight. And as you hear, Dave Marty, the PA system announcer, is getting ready to announce. So, Coach, we're about ready to get this ball game going.
We are ready to get this started. The coaches have gone out there, done their pregame talk, and getting everything set out of the way, and the officials are ready to get started here.
Yeah, we'll get this game going, and it did sprinkle just a little bit, but it's kind of backed off a little bit.
It's just enough to tease the fans. That's all they're doing, teasing the fans.
Well, we've got quite a few fans out here tonight, not near as many as we normally would, but there's certainly some folks from East Newton that made the trip, the 15-minute trip, a long ways across the county to be here.
And that's the great thing about this, John. Right now, you're just both teams in the same county, just right down the road, and you get to play here in a day. And like I said, I think it's kind of teased the fans right now because it's overcast skies, and it did sprinkle a little bit. So hopefully it doesn't deter anybody. They just sit there and wait it out a little bit and say, okay, let's come on out, because right now there's nothing going on. It's nice. As you said, the wind is blowing about 18 miles an hour. It's coming from right field to left field, so it's going to be interesting to see today.
Well, one thing about East Newton, certainly they are close enough. These kids, Neosho kids and East Newton kids, have been playing ball together for years and years. So, once again, it's certainly going to be a competitive ball game, but it's got to be bittersweet for the seniors on both sides.
Yeah, because as you said, it's just coming down to an end. You're getting ready for your district, and who knows? It could be one and done, and you go home and it's all over. And as I said earlier, seniors don't want to have that happen. I remember when, as a player, that last game you played and it's over, and you just kind of sit there and still kind of shocked.
Yeah, it really is, and it's always sad to see the end come. Some of these kids will be going on to college. Hopefully some of them will get an opportunity at Crowder, maybe Missouri Southern, or some different areas. We've got several different ball players, Hudson Williams being one of them, as well as Quentin Hughes, that are two-sport athletes. And we've got a catcher that is a three-sport athlete for us.
There you go. That's what you want to see. You just go out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a time out right here for the national anthem. And, John, as they say, it's time to play ball.
Yes, it is. It's time to play ball. Both teams will go back to their respective dugouts, and the Cats, of course, being the home team, will be out in the field. And we've got Lim McInturf on the mound. That's a young man we really haven't seen, don't know a whole lot about. He's come in a couple of different ball games before, but I'm sure Coach wants to get him some work based on the fact that we've got a couple of really important ball games the rest of this week.
Well, it's like you said, you've got some important ball games. You got to find who can throw for you and everything, and who can help you out right now, because you need a pitching staff and you need a rotation as you go into district.
Well, one of the things that we have found out, and even though we've got 10 different arms out there, we have been in a position where we need to have someone that can come in the latter part of the ball game and strike some people out, and I think we're finding that slow but sure, and certainly that is going to aid us and bode well for us in district playoffs.
And we want to remind the fans here today, it's going to be a varsity-only game after this. There will be no JV due to the possibility of impending inclement weather, so forth. They want to get everybody back at home, so it's going to be a varsity-only game.
Well, you know, we've done a lot of that this year. I think they made a really, really good decision to cancel prom, or not cancel it, but I guess postpone it when it looked like inclement weather was coming in. You never know when you've got a bunch of kids out trying to get back home or go to after prom parties or things like that. They don't need bad weather staring them in the face. So that was a great decision by Trent Barrett and the high school staff.
I agree with you. Though you can't err enough on the side of safety right there, and like I said, we just don't want to take a chance, get this game over with and be done and get started. And there's the ball tossed down to second base. We're going to get it going here, ladies and gentlemen. And leading off for the East Newton Patriots is going to be number 1, Braden Van Loo, the second baseman.
Braden Van Loo, the second baseman, steps in there. He's going to step in from the right-hand side of the plate. Kenton Smith comes back after maybe getting a little pat of encouragement to Lim. And we're getting ready to start. McInturf looks. He goes from the windup. The wind is blowing just a little bit. There's the first pitch, and it's called strike one.
One right off the bat.
Yeah. That's a good way to start. Get right after him. If they're not going to swing at the first one, that gives us a great opportunity. Here comes the next pitch from McInturf, and that's going to be a hard hit ball. It's out in center field. Looks like that Finn Versluis has got it in the first out.
So
that ball
two
carried,
pitches,
didn't it?
It carried 2 pitches and 1 out.
Here's Colt Walker, the shortstop. He will be batting also from the right hand. He's a right-handed batter. McInturf goes a little bit from the stretch, then a wind-up, a little bit of a kick, and there's a ball one. Must be high and a little bit outside.
And Colt last year had to sit out for East Newton. He had a knee injury. He had to have knee surgery, so had to sit out the season. And I know he was sorely missed for the East Newton Patriots.
Yeah. Curveball in there for call strike one. Took a little something off of that.
I tell you what, Liam's showing great control right now, mixing up. As you said, that was a great curveball breaking pitch right there. Just dropped right in that hole. Had Cole Walters froze there for a moment.
Comes the next pitch, and that's foul back this way for strike two. So there's 1 out. There is a ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top half of the first inning at Roy Shaver Stadium. More fans are just kind of funneling in. They probably figured out the weather's not near too bad. Here comes the next pitch. A little bit low for a ball. That evens the count at 2-2.
He's just giving him something to look at, see if he could go fishing right there.
Yeah. Here comes the next pitch underway. A low ball 3 for the Cats. It's Williams at third base. Then it's Hughes at shortstop. It's Southern at second base. And it is Lawson at first. Out in the outfield, it is Welch, Van Loo, and Spiva. Comes the next offering. Swung on, strike 3. So there's the first strikeout of the ball game, and there's 2 outs. Here's Will Eichelberger, the center fielder.
He's also the starting quarterback for the East Newton Patriots. He is a left-hander. He's going to be a left-handed hitter as well.
As a defensive coordinator, do you do anything different against a left-hander?
No. You just go after him.
There's the first pitch. We brought some steam to it, but a little bit inside for a ball.
Biggest thing you do is you just watch and see what they can do best and try to take away what they can do best. I'm just glad he's on my team.
There's McInturf's second pitch, and that's a bouncer that's going to go foul for strike 1. Over there on the other side of first base, Lawson fielding it and getting it back out.
So 1-1 count with 2 outs now for the East Newton Patriots.
Wasting no time is McInturf. There's another one, and that's going to be a ball hit right to the third baseman, and it's an out. It was
shortstop.
Not even the third baseman. It was a shortstop.
It's going to be a 6-3 put out.
6-3, and that'll end the top half of the first inning. There was no score. There was 3 up and 3 down. Cats are coming up. You are watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
And welcome back, Wildcat fans, here in the Roy B. Shaver baseball field in the Marion Family Complex in Neosho, Missouri. It is the bottom half of the first inning where the East Newton Patriots went 1-2-3. Nobody got on base, no runs or anything. Of a scoreless ball game here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Hudson Williams, the third baseman, will be up for the Cats first. He's the one that we talked about earlier that got on first base 10 times in a row before that streak was broken. Let's see if we can't have a little deja vu, Coach. What do you say?
That's what the Neosho Wildcats want to get started. It's going to be Hudson Williams, Cade Spiva, and then Canton Smith.
And then Denver Welch will be hitting in the 4 spot. It looks like that right center field at Power Alley is wide open. Just looking at what East Newton's defense looks like, and the center fielder, Eichelberger, is shaded a little bit over towards third base. Conference out on the, I started to say out on the mound. Maybe it's not, but we're going to stop and talk to the pitcher about something. I bet you he's got something on, or they're looking at his glove.
They're looking at his glove.
And his glove is out of the ball game, so he's got to come up with another ball game when we'll get going here in just a minute. Well, the sun is out.
That's unique.
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with his glove.
I'm not real sure either, but I tell you what, the officials this year have certainly been paying a lot more attention to not only pitch counts, but to balks, to jewelry hanging off, and maybe that was a glove that looked like they're certainly doing everything they can to make it an even playing field. Here's his first pitch, and that's high and inside for a ball.
I know it was a blue color, but maybe they're saying because of his blue jersey and blue glove, you can't have that. But I know other ball players that play with a colored glove.
Christian Cook on the mound. He's a lefty, and there is a ball outside to Hudson Williams, so it's 2 balls and no strikes. Did you say we saw him last year, Coach?
I think he played a little bit last year.
There's a call strike. Hudson being very careful up there. He knows how important it is to get going with the Cats. Here comes the next pitch underway, and that ball is outside and got past the catcher, got all the way back to the dugout. The count now is 3-1.
Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wants to wish the Wildcats good luck, and let's go get that win, Wildcats.
Here comes the next pitch from Cook, and there's a pop-up. It's going to be into left field. Left fielder makes the play.
Hayes Hagedorn made that a little bit more than it should have been.
Made it real interesting, didn't he? I don't know whether the
did.
wind got a hold of that or what, but made a really nice play on that one.
And now it's going to be the right fielder, number 22, Cade Spiva, that comes up to bat for Neosho.
Cade Spiva probably, as we've said earlier, has the distinction of being hit by a pitch more than anybody else in the ball club. There's one ball game, Coach, he was hit 3 times, and there's a call strike.
I can say that's one of my career highlights. When I played, I got hit 3 times in a ball game, and I still had the scars to remember it.
Here comes the next pitch from Cook. And he took a little something off of that one inside. Did not curve, or maybe it did curve.
It broke way fast.
It broke a lot faster than he expected. Here comes the next pitch underway. And there's a hard hit ball over to the shortstop. The shortstop is up with it. And, yeah, he called him out.
Brennan Van Loo, the first baseman, makes the tag right there on the 6-3 put out.
Really nice job by Van Loo that time. Here's Canton Smith. And we've got to tell you, apparently Van Loo has to get some stuff out of his shoe. That was he jumped up and came back down and made the play.
And I'll tell you what, those little rubber beads, they take a toll on you right there in your shoe. They just grind at you and they annoy you. So with 2 outs, it's Canton Smith that steps into the batter's box.
Canton Smith hitting about a 370 is leading the ball club in batting average. Here comes the first pitch, and there's a ball low and inside. So there's 2 outs in the bottom half of the first inning. There's no score in the ball game yet. Here comes the next pitch. Canton swung on. He was getting his money's worth out of that for strike 1.
He was going for the fence. Yeah. So it's a 1-1 count.
Ball
just
low and
inside.
Yeah, home plate umpire still looking that over. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. We've got a bunch of people in Wildcat baseball jerseys going around picking stuff up. Here comes the next pitch underway, and there's a hard hit ball that's going to be right
a
up
base
the
hit.
middle. Base hit. So the Cats have got something going with 2 out, which is reasonably typical for us, Coach.
Hey, there you go, 2 out rally team. And it's going to be number 11 that's coming in to pinch run.
That's going to be
Jaden Nichols. And now it's going to be Denver Welch, the left fielder that comes up to bat.
Saw Denver made his debut over in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and he had a couple of hits, and one of them being a home run, and then he developed a hammy, and we've just seen him sporadically.
And there's a pickoff. Oh, nice pickoff move right off the bat.
Move. What a beautiful move.
Christian Cook with a great pickoff move there. Caught Canton Smith asleep for the 3rd out.
He caught Nichols. Canton was.
Nichols, I'm sorry, because they rotated out.
You were watching the Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcat and KNEO Sports Network. We'll take time out, and we'll be right back after this.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Clark Funeral Homes with 2 locations, 312 South Wood Street in Neosho and Highway B at Highway 86 in Granby, is proud to be a part of these local communities. Established in 1890, they specialize in a variety of funeral service options, including traditional, cremation, and graveside services. They also offer monuments. Clark Funeral Homes, 417-451-2345, or online at clarkfuneralhomes.com, a sponsor of KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
And hey, Wildcat fans, welcome back here to the Roy B. Shaver Baseball Field in the Marion Family Complex here in Neosho, Missouri. After 1 inning, it's a scoreless ball game, and the Patriots step up into the batter's box, and it's going to be the 3rd baseman, number 10, Braxton Wolf, that steps into the batter's box for East Newton.
Well, the Cats got the first hit. C&I hit between third base and shortstop, but talk about a great play by the pitcher. And there's another great play. That was, I'm just trying to watch that. That was a
check swing. Caught the ball. Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out.
McInturf got off the mound and made the play.
Braxton tried to run it out for Neosho to no avail, and it is now Josh Mathis, the catcher.
Josh Mathis in, it's the DH, and there's the first ball, and it is out. Here comes for Sluice in.
It's going to be a base hit.
Falls in for a base hit.
So the East Newton Patriots are going to get it started with the catcher, Josh Mathis, with a base hit.
Yeah, I thought Versluis was really going to go after that one for a minute or two, but he wisely held up, because if that ball had gotten past him, it could have got to third base.
Exactly. And now it is Luke Cook, the designated hitter, who's a senior for East Newton, that comes up into the batter's box.
It was McInturf's first pitch, and we're going to try to get him back at first base. Nice job by Smith to get the ball up and get towards first base to keep the runner there.
We're going to see if we can get all these pickoff moves on first base today.
Boy, we really are, aren't we?
McInturf goes from the stretch, looking.
He's still looking.
That's interesting the way they do it.
Yeah, there's a
here
ball
at Neosho.
Low. That is.
Because they don't turn and look forward from the front. They look from behind.
You know, I think he's probably looking at either the shortstop or the second baseman to give him a...
Or he's listening to a call.
Yeah, McInturf kind of looks over that way. Here comes the first pitch.
That's going to be...
There's a ground ball hit to second base to Southern, over to Lawson for the out, but the runner advances to second base. But there's 2 outs. So 4-3...
And now it's going to be the right fielder, number 23, Hayes Hagedon for East Newton. Hayes Hagedon is a three-sport athlete as well for East Newton.
He made a really nice play out in the right field a little while ago. I think he got fooled by the weather just a little bit.
Well, John, it's interesting you say that because I think he got caught by the wind.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it's going to be number 16, I believe, Wyatt Dunn coming in for the East Newton Patriots.
And on second base, but Hagedon made that a whole lot closer with a diving catch, and first thing he did was held the glove up so the official can see the ball. Here comes the first pitch from the stretch, and there's a solid hit, and it's going to go to Hughes. Hughes over to Lawson for the final, and there was no runs.
So a runner is left stranded here in the top of the second inning. You're watching Neosho baseball on the KNEO Sports Network of a scoreless ball game here in the middle of the second inning.
We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcats and KNEO Sports Network.
Fawcett Greenhouse at 898 Baxter Street in Neosho is a proud supporter of Neosho sports. Springtime brings growing season and baseball to the Neosho area, and Fawcett Greenhouse supports all Neosho spring sports and wants to wish all Wildcats good luck for a happy and safe season of competition. Fawcett Greenhouse can supply you with all your home landscaping and gardening needs. For more information, the number is 417-451-5369 or FawcettGreenhouse.com.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the four-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Denver Welch will start things off for us. He had about one pitch in the first
He didn't even
inning.
get a pitch.
Yeah, I guess he
got to face the back. You had to face the pitcher, and Cook just picked off Canton Smith on first base.
Yeah, it was Nichols out there, and Nichols did not take a lead off that was too much. You wouldn't think, and there is a ball, a little something taken off of it.
He's got a little natural spin on this thing right now.
Yeah, he really does. But anyway, he got the ball over to first base, and there's another one, ball high and inside.
So two balls, no strikes.
Nichols was just stuck. First baseman was standing there with the ball in his hand, and he was about 20 feet off the bag.
And there's going to be a hard grounder. Oh.
Yeah.
And Cole Walters right there with the errant throw. I mean, I don't think he was going to make it anyways.
I don't think he was either.
But he took that little spin and it got it out of the way, and it was a great thing that Josh Mathis was over there, and it hit the dugout right there on the fence and bounced right back into play.
Yeah, it really did. Walters that time let go of the ball just a little bit too fast.
Well, and it was down there. It was down there low on that sidearm, so he flung it upward.
Yeah.
And it was over to the left of the first baseman.
Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit more careful. You saw Denver Welch over there kind of leaning the other way, but then he was sticking his hand back to first base when the pickoff moved from Christian Cook. Cook is ready to go. Here comes the bunt.
He's showing the bunt.
It's going to be laid down, and it is going to go exactly where it needs to go. And there's another one that is
just a little high there on the throw, but he does get the force out.
And Welch moves on
for
to
the
second
5-3.
base.
However, he does move Denver Welch to second base, and it is now the shortstop, number 10, Quentin Hughes, at bat for Neosho.
Quentin Hughes needs to swing the bat. There's just no doubt about it. He got into a little bit of a slump and was not striking out. But I tell you, we've watched him for 4 years now, and talk about a disciplined player at the plate. Cook looks over to second base, looks back to the mound, goes back to second base, and they almost got him.
I tell you what, he's got a pretty good move.
You're not kidding.
I thought his first base move was pretty good, but that second base move was pretty good for a left-hander.
Yeah, it really was, and
it's kind of deceptive.
There's
it's going to be
hard hit ball that is going to
Luke Moore right there with the catch for East Newton. So it'll be a fly out to Luke Moore for the second out. And it is now the designated hitter, number 2, Drake Swift, the senior.
Drake Swift's another senior that has been with this ball club for quite a while. He's normally the first person out here and among the last people to leave. There's an off-speed pitch for a strike.
I don't know if you want to watch those first pitch right there, because I tell you what, you got to get that timing down. You could take that thing somewhere.
Yeah, Cook's pretty deceptive. He's mixing up some pitches pretty good. Looking back at second base, looking at home, looking back at second base. Here comes the pitch, and it's high for a ball.
Tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see. I know Denver, Neosho wants to challenge Christian Cook here of East Newton, but this kid's got a pretty good move.
Yeah, he really does. It's going to be Southern versus Sluice, and then it's top of the batting order, and there's a high foul ball right back out onto the soccer field for strike
Actually,
2.
it's to hit the top of the net and stayed in play.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I thought it was going to, because I was looking for it, and I was like, well, it just hit the top of the net.
Here comes a throw back to second base.
Well, that's
Denver
not near
was
as
there in
good
plenty
as
of time. Yeah,
that's not near as good as the other 2 that he had, but he does get
fact,
Denver back.
That was reasonably close to a balk. So here we go again. Denver taking a little bit of time off. Here comes the pitch. And there is a solid hit by Drake Swift, and that's going to score from someone from Neosho. And
Eichelberger just mishandles it.
But that's okay. Welch was going to score anyway. Drake Swift gets a base hit on senior night. So the Cats are up by a score of 1-0. Here's Colton Southern, second baseman. Probably more comfortable coach at second base. He plays first base. He pitches. I think he played a little bit of shortstop somewhere. But he took that second base position last year.
He's kind of like
there
Cale
was no
Smith.
looking back.
Cale Smith was a man that just played everything for Neosho and kind of fell into a groove there. Wherever they needed him, he played. And Southern does the same thing.
And Drake Swift's over on first base, and he's already gotten the attention of Mr. Cook, and he comes to the plate with that one, and it's fouled off for strike 1. Center fielder's playing somewhat deep and shaded over towards the shortstop. There's another pickoff back to first base, and Drake Swift back in plenty of time.
I tell you what, he can freeze these runners a little bit. That's what you like to see is a fellow left-hander right there, somebody that can freeze that runner on base. Drake keeps getting out there a little bit. He better be careful.
The wind is picking up a little bit, too. And there's another foul off for strike 2. You can see their
and now,
out there.
And John, that wind is blowing straight. It's kind of whipping a little bit, but now it's coming more in from center to home.
Yes, it is.
And then it changes. As soon as I say it, it changes back from right to left field.
Second baseman is almost behind second base. In fact, he's a couple of steps back this way. A ground ball can make its way up through the right side.
And there they go again. I tell you what.
Drake's going to make it to second. Yeah.
Tell you what, though, that was a nice pickoff move again.
That was a great pickoff move, and only a error by the second baseman.
Exactly.
Got Drake Swift out of that because he was gone.
Yeah, he had him right there.
The difference is Drake did not stop. He realized what was going on, and he took off. So we got a runner on second base. We've got one run in, and there's 2 outs. Senior Colton Southern up to bat. He's no balls and 2 strikes. High for a ball.
You just see if he was going to go fishing there.
Well, it kind of looked like it. I think he probably sees that big gap between center and right field as well. And that certainly
East Newton right now is playing for the pull.
Oh, hit him.
Hit him. Okay, so it's a hit by a pitch.
So Southern's hit by a pitch, and Here comes Finn Versluis. Junior has been out in the center field all year long and has shown us why. He's got some speed, and he's got quite a bit of range out that way.
Well, he's got 2 on with 2 outs. John, here we go. A 2-out rally. Here we go again.
And now he's liable to take that little off-speed pitch and turn on it.
Just and like sure he does right
through
there.
The middle, you bet.
I tell you what, though, that was a nice job right there.
Yes, it was.
By Braden Van Loo to stop that thing. Yeah, otherwise, it could have been extra bases there for everything.
Yeah, and Swift normally would have scored on something like that, but he had to hold up. Here's the top of the batting order. It is Hudson Williams who flied out to right field his first time up. Cat's bugaboo has been getting the ball or getting everybody on base and then making that last out and leaving them stranded there. So we may see another one.
It's a swing and a miss.
Swung on, looked like he was trying to hit the ball over between first and second.
Christian Cook going from the stretch.
Yeah, and that's going to almost get past the catcher, Mathis, but he comes back up with it, and everybody's still there.
Christian Cook did a great job for East Newton right there, getting off, as soon as he's getting off the mound, running down to home plate to help.
Yeah, he did.
To assist.
Van Loo, the second baseman, does not seem to be moving over towards first base. I would think that might be something he might want to do, but
evidently they've scouted it out. They know this kid Hudson's going to pull this ball right here. I'm kind of with you.
Here comes the next pitch, and that's ball inside. So the count's 3-1.
With him throwing, Christian Cook for East Newton throwing it on the inside, I would be prepared for that possibility just to hit that off that end of the bat and go right out there toward right field.
Yeah, the count's 3-1. Here comes the next, and it's swung on for a foul ball, strike 2. So the count's full. Bases are full, and there's 2 outs. Bottom half of the second inning, the Cats are up by 1-0 over the East Newton Patriots. Christian Cook on the mound. He looks down at the catcher. Here comes the pitch underway, and there's a ball. We're going to have another run.
We're going to have another run and a base on balls.
So Williams goes on first base, and he gets an RBI for his trouble. So we've got Sutherland on first, Versluis on second, and we've got Hudson Williams on first.
And it's going to be Cade Spiva, the right fielder.
Cade Spiva. He grounded 6-3 his last time up. And there's a hard hit ball that's going to be out of play for a call for strike 1. Fouled almost over there in the East Newton dugout where there's some East Newton Patriots over there in that corner. Didn't seem to scatter.
There's a lot of fans out there in their lawn chairs over there on that first base side as well as the stands. It's a good crowd here today in
really is.
Roy B. Shaver Field.
There's a hard hit ball that is going to go to the shortstop. The shortstop is going to go up, and he loses it.
Loses it.
And Cats score again.
So Southern will come in for the next score. Versluis will advance to third. Williams will get to second.
And Spiva's on by way of a fielder's choice.
And it is now Canton Smith up to bat. And John, with Canton Smith, they have gone through the batting order.
Yeah, they have. Canton had a hard shot between third and shortstop his last time up. He hit the ball square on the nose and got the first base hit for the Cats. He stands in there. Here comes the pitch, and there's a high ball. And Cook knows, he said, I let go of that way too early. Wind's still blowing just a little bit. Looks like there's still that hole over there, and Canton can very well hit the ball to right field without any trouble. And he's going to hit that one high, and it's going to be a can of corn over there for Well,
is it going to be a can of corn?
It was not a can of corn, but it was a fly ball that was hit. Eichelberger makes the catch.
He made the call and everything, and all of a sudden he kept adjusting. I was like, oh, you said a can of corn. I didn't know about that all of a sudden. However, the Wildcats strike first here in the bottom of the second inning with 3 runs as they take a 3-0 lead after 2 innings here in Neosho, Missouri over the East Newton Patriots. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the 4-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma, and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999.
We all have those days where we don't want to get up. But when we have true discipline and choose to rise up, we become the best version of ourselves. To start your journey today, visit risefitnesscenter.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. We'd like to thank our proud sponsors for this game tonight. Without them, this could not be possible for John and I. So we'd like to thank Tally Tire, Law Office of Wood and Peterson, New Mac Electric, Sports Locker, KSN KODE, Zach's Car Wash, McKay Quality Roofing, and Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce.
It's top half of the 3rd inning. The Cats are up by a score of 3-0. They have been through the batting order, so first time through makes you feel pretty good. You've kind of got an idea about what the pitcher's going to do. It is going to be Luke Moore, Brendan Van Loo, and then the top of the batting order, Braden Van Loo. Here comes the first pitch from Lim, and it is a ball low.
Just low.
He's had 11 pitches his first inning and 5 pitches the last inning, so he's being real economical with his pitches. Here's the windup and the pitch underway, and swung through for strike 1.
So it's a 1-1 count.
Cats had a couple of hits in the last inning that scored some runs, but they were aided a little bit by a couple of errors by the East Newton Patriots.
And right now, that's what both teams, you got to make sure as you head into district, you got to eliminate those errors right there because they'll cost you a ball game.
Yeah, that was a high fastball from Lim McInturf, who started the ball game and has had 3 up, 3 down the first inning, and then left a runner last inning. There's another pitch, high and outside for a ball. 3-1's the count. No outs. We're in the top half of the 3rd inning.
This is where he's got to be careful. Liam doesn't want to get to where he's trying to aim the ball and put it right in that glove. Just throw it and let it hit it.
There's a solid hit that's going to be hit to right field, and that is.
Okay, he made the catch. Denver Wells makes the catch. I couldn't tell the way he was running there. Yeah. So he will fly out to left field. I tell you what, I thought it was going to drop there, John, but Denver made a great catch. And then I was watching as he keeps running toward the fence. I thought, well, okay, got by him.
Well, I couldn't see Denver, but I was watching Finn Versluis, and he kept running on over that way. Here comes the first pitch, and that's going to be called strike 1.
Against Brendan Van Loo, the first baseman.
Yeah.
This is Brendan's first time at bat for East Newton.
Yeah, and with him, it'll be the top of the batting order. And McInturf with a high kick, and there's the next pitch, low for a ball. As we've said so many times, we cannot see all the way over to left field. So anytime a ball's hit out there, we kind of grasp our breath. Here comes the next pitch, and there is a high fly ball, and Lawson is going to give it chase, but it's going to be out of play for strike 2.
Yeah, as you said, I could see Denver running and everything. I saw Finn running as well, but I was watching because I knew Denver had the play on it, and I was like, did he make the play? What did he do here? Finally, he held the ball up.
It's a high kick, and there's the pitch, and it is a call strike 3.
So that is his second strikeout of this game. And now it's going to be Braden Van Loo, the second baseman.
Yeah, he steps in, having flied out to center field his first time up.
You got Braden Van Loo at second base, and you got Brendan Van Loo at first base.
That's
it's
right.
the
Here
Van
comes
Loo
the first
corner.
Pitch, and there is a ball low. McInturf's a pretty good-sized young man. He's got to be a little bit endearing out there on the mound. There's a high kick again, and there's a pitch, and there is a fly ball that is being chased and chased and chased, and it
Just
hit
on
the
the
fence.
fence.
Yeah. So there's a foul ball for strike one.
Just out of play there.
Lawson gave chase. Colton Sutherland gave chase, and so did Cade Spiva. And the ball hit the fence.
So it's a 1-1 count with 2 outs, no runners on for East Newton.
Southern's hat came off in the midst of all that, so he's back out there at second base now. There's 1-1 count and 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. And there's a foul ball. Bunt foul ball. I'm sure he probably saw something. Looked like he was trying to hit the ball down the first baseline.
He's trying something there. They're trying to do something.
Well, if Cats can get out of this and come back and rattle the bats again. Here comes the next pitch. And he just kind of puts the ball out there, and that may very well fall in. No, Hughes has
Quentin
got
Hughes
it.
showing great range right there, and he getting the fly out right there in the third out. So it's 3 up, 3 down, no run score here in the top half of the third inning as the East Newton Patriots trail the Neosho Wildcats after 3.5 innings by a score of 3-0. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
To keep up on the latest Neosho broadcast ballgame schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/KNEO Radio. You can also follow us on Twitter at KNEO 917 Sports or simply download our KNEO iPhone or Android phone app. You can also watch all of our Wildcat sports broadcasts inside of our apps. Download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app today.
Well, it's going to be the bottom half of the third inning, and here is Denver Welch. He actually started this thing for us, and he came around and scored on a E. That was too bad it was an E by the shortstop because it was a hard-hit ball. It would have been tough to handle, and Coach and I decided that Denver was going to be there anyway.
He was going to be there, but I tell you what, Colt Walters did a great job of trying to feel that and just make the play closer than it really could have been. And there's going to be another base hit.
And Welch waits for it. And he puts it into left field. So we got a runner on. Cats got something going in the third inning.
And so now it's going to be Noah Lawson, the first baseman.
Now batting first baseman, Noah Lawson.
Lawson was out 1-3 his first time up. And he hits that one way up in the air, and that may very well be an issue for somebody, but it's caught by the second baseman, and Van Loo.
Braden Van Loo makes the call and makes the out right there.
So there's one down, and Denver Welch wisely held up. If that ball had dropped, then there was nobody at second base, so he felt good about being able to get there. Here's Quentin Hughes, shortstop. He had a high fly ball his last time up. And there's that pickoff play from Christian Cook.
Not near as good as that first one, but I tell you what now, all Neosho runners, I think they're going to be jumping back natural right off the bat.
Oh, I think they are too. Here comes the pitch, and there is a high fly ball again. This is going to be shortstop calling for it. Making
Colt
the
Walters
play.
making the
Walters
catch right
makes
there.
The play.
For out number 2. And right now, John, Christian Cook has only thrown 3 pitches, and 2 of them are outs.
Yeah, they have. Here's Drake Swift. He had a hit and came around to score his last time up. Cats have a great opportunity here. Runner on first base. We need to make something happen. And you're going to throw back over to second or first base.
You got to make sure you catch that there.
Yeah, that ball dropped a little bit, didn't it?
It did, and it bounced right out of
Swift Southern inverse loose.
Van Loo's glove right there on first base.
Here comes the pitch underway. Call strike one. It was a little bit of a curveball that curved from the inside out.
And it's been interesting right now, John, in this inning. Everybody's jumping on the first pitch, and Drake was the first one not to jump on that first pitch. He watched it.
Well, I think Drake is probably waiting for his pitch. There's low and inside for a ball.
So it's a 1-1 count now.
The right field line is wide open. Center fielder Eichelberger is over towards shortstop, and there's a ball.
Everybody for East Newton is playing for the pull right now. It's a 2-1 count.
They really are. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're at Roy Shaver Stadium. The Cats are up by a score of 3-0. And there's a solid hit again, and it's going to go over to second base for the out.
For the 6-4 put out right there.
Yeah. And the Cats are down in the bottom of the third inning. The score is now 3-0 in favor of Neosho Wildcats. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho, and I want to give you some encouragement today. None of us are perfect, but sometimes we feel like we have messed our lives up so badly that even God can't fix us or help us. I want to assure you that's not the case. In Romans 8:28, we read that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. That means that God can even use your mistakes to do good in your life. I want to encourage you to trust God and let Him give you peace about your past, a purpose in your present, and hope for your future. With KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
And hey there, Wildcat fans. Welcome back here at the Roy B. Shaver Baseball Field at the Marion Family Complex here in Neosho, Missouri, where the Neosho Wildcats had taken a 3-0 lead here in the top half of the fourth inning as the East Newton Patriots come to bat, and it's going to be Colt Walters, the shortstop for East Newton, coming to bat. His last time at bat, he struck out.
Eichelberger and Wolf are to follow him. Here comes the first pitch from McInturf, and it
ball one.
Bounces away from Smith for ball one.
This is one of those, John, again, I'm just kind of watching him. It looks like he's trying to aim the ball to get that thing in there. All he needs to do is just rear back and throw it.
Yeah, he's got the stuff to do it with. There is a high and outside ball two.
But Colt Walters for East Newton, I know he's a 3-year player. He didn't play last year for East Newton, so he's very disciplined at the bat.
Here comes the offer from McInturf, and there's a call strike. You almost felt like that Walters says, 2 balls, maybe I'll just wait and make him throw a strike. And that's exactly what happened.
That's what he did. He's going to see what he's got right here.
McInturf hesitated for just a second there and threw that ball and bounced in front of the plate for ball 3. I don't know whether he hesitated in order to change his grip on the ball that time or
he just got his mechanics a little thrown off there for some reason.
Well, he hesitated again, and there's the next pitch. Call strike 2.
Ooh.
Well, we got a full count. Walters thought that was just a little bit inside and froze
But
him,
when you
didn't
crowd the inside of the box, it don't matter. If it's on the inside of that plate, it's still a strike.
Here comes the next pitch underway. Ball 4.
So it'll be a base on balls.
So Walters is on first base with a base on balls.
And it is now the center fielder, number 14, Will Eichelberger.
Eichelberger was out 6-3 his first time up. What a great, great opportunity to get the ball to the shortstop again for a possible double play ball.
And right now it looks like East Newton has a Carson Reinhardt, I believe, out there warming up for East Newton. He is a right-hander.
Eichelberger steps in on the left-hand side of the plate. McInturf throws the ball. There's a high foul ball out of play for strike 1.
All I can say to whoever, you better keep your heads up over there on the softball field because here it comes.
Steps back in again, and the wind is blowing again. It's blowing pretty hard from right field into left field. McInturf with a throw over to first base. Walters back in plenty of time. Here comes from the stretch. And there is a ball that's hit to the center fielder, or to first baseman, and back over to shortstop for the play.
However, they got the runner. They got Walters. However, they did not get Quentin Hughes, held it up because there was nobody on first base. So Eichelberger will get on base.
And by way of a fielder's choice, 1 out, and here's Braxton Wolf, who was out 1-3 his last time up.
That little check swing right back to the pitcher.
Yes, it was. McInturf looks back over towards second. Here comes the pitch underway.
It's going to be a base hit. That is going to be a base rip.
Bring runner around from third base, and they're waving him on home.
Actually, no, they're not. They're going to hold it up. They're going to get it. So right there, Braxton Wolf will get 2 out of that. Advance the runner to third base. And now it is going to be the catcher, Josh Mathis, that comes up to bat.
Yeah, these Newton Patriots have got something going. There's 1 out, runners on second and third, and Josh Mathis, who had a base hit his last time up.
And so as you said, he got a base hit, John. He wants to put it in play right now.
Yeah, most definitely. He's looking over at third base to make sure he knows what the signals are.
Coach Wheeler, he's not making any signals right now. He's just talking it out and getting them going. Let's play ball right now.
Well, that was a nice piece of hitting that time.
First pitch is going to get by, and here comes Eichelberger in.
Yeah.
So both runners will advance. 1 run will score for East Newton as Eichelberger comes in on the errant throw. And it is ball 1 for Josh Mathis as he gets out of the way. So East Newton slowly gnawing away at this 3-0 lead. It's now 3-1 here in the top half of the 4th inning.
And McInturf looks down. There's that high kick, and there's a ball.
It's going to be a little squibber.
Second base over to first base for the out, but the run scores.
However, Braxton Wolf will score for East Newton.
So 4-3 ground out, that makes 2 outs, and here comes the designated hitter, Luke Cook. He grounded out 4-3 his last time up. Comes the first pitch from McInturf, and it's a ball. A little higher kick that time. Looked like maybe. Here comes the next pitch underway.
Just outside.
Yeah, just outside, so ball 2. It's 2 outs. The Patriots have scored 2 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Cats are still up by a score of 3-2. Here comes the next pitch from Lim. There's a call strike.
And John, as you said right now, he's trying to find that groove, and I can see that he keeps working his motion and everything, trying to find it.
I tell you what, that was there's call strike 2.
And I think he may have found it, John.
He may very well. That was a great decision by Colton Southerns, the senior out there. Looked over towards home plate. No, that was not going to happen, and he got the easy out at first. There's the next one, and there's a
check swing
blooper.
again.
Got him.
for the 4-3 put out again. So in this inning, 2 runs will score for the East Newton Patriots as they trail the Neosho Wildcats by a score of 3-2 here in the middle of the 4th inning. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics, located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
And hey there, Wildcat fans. Welcome back to the Roy B. Shaver Baseball Field at the Marion Family Complex here in Neosho, Missouri, where the Wildcats have a 3-2 lead over the East Newton Patriots here in the middle of the 4th inning. And it's going to be the Neosho Wildcats that come up to bat, and it's going to be Colton Southern for Neosho, followed by Finn Versluis and Hudson Williams.
A little ball that went out that that Southern got just a few minutes ago to bring it back to first base. That was really a close play.
It was.
He did a nice job of fielding that ball and getting the throw over, and there's a hard hit ball that's going to go to the third baseman, and it's over and
he makes this
out. Yeah, it was a nice stretch.
Brendan Van Loo right there with the stretch and a nice little short hop and 1 pitch, 1 out. And it's going to be Finn Versluis, the center fielder for the Wildcats, that comes up to bat.
Versluis got a base hit and was stranded at second his last time up. Here comes the first pitch, and there's a call strike. Thought it was a little bit inside, but keep in
again,
mind, this
John,
is a left-hander. He's going to curve the ball right over the plate.
And it's coming in right now, and you're crowding the inside of that box right now. So if it comes on that inside corner, it's going to jam you up.
And there's a ground ball that's going to go to the third baseman as well. Versluis is going to make it a little more difficult, but he made the play for the second out.
For another 5-3 put out, and I tell you what, Braxton Wolf with just a scorcher right over to the first baseman right there. Had to, because Finn Versluis was burning down the first base line trying to get onto first base.
Here's Hudson Williams. He's walked twice, in fact, and he flied out to right field his first time up. There's a call, strike 1. Ball gets out over Cook's head.
Gets away from Cook there.
Yeah.
Oh,
strike. What a pretty pitch. That
curveball just dropped right in the lap right there of the catcher. You didn't have to worry about framing that thing.
Yeah. I think Cook is a little more comfortable coming from the stretch, isn't he? Here comes the next pitch underway, and there's a ball high and outside. So there's a ball and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Cats are up by a score of 3-2. We remind you again, there'll be no JV ball game tonight, but we will honor our seniors. And there's a ball low and outside. We'll be right back here tomorrow night as the Cats take on
the Republic Tigers
from Republic. And then Thursday night we'll be going over to Seneca. That was a walk. So Hudson Williams gets on base for the 3rd time in a row. And here's Cade Spiva. Spiva has grounded out and has got on by way of a fielder's choice. We'll see if Hudson Williams does his normal dance over there on first base.
He might want to be careful. Cook's got a pretty good move.
Yeah, you could tell that time he kind of telegraphed that one.
I don't know if I'd dance too much because he might catch you in the middle of a hop, and next thing you know, it's sitting in the first baseman's glove.
He looks over. Here comes a pitch underway, And there's a call, strike one.
One thing about it, though, with Christian ahead in the count right now, 0-1, you can play it up right there and see if you can catch him.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Here he goes.
Well, the Cats have been, this is the third time they go through the batting order. So maybe they're getting real close to figuring his pickoff move. Call strike. So the count's 0-2 now on Kate Spiva.
And Christian Cook may be saying, well, I'm not going to worry about that runner. You're at first right now, and I've got an 0-2 count. I'm going to get this runner out, and we're going to be done.
Well, you certainly would think that's a possibility, wouldn't you? Here comes the pitch, and there's a ball that's hit to third base. Third base is going to try to go to second base. No.
Yeah, he does. He goes to second base right there. He gets him out for the force out right there.
I thought maybe for a minute or two that was maybe the wrong play, but I don't guess it was. So.
No, it wasn't. So no runs, 2 runs have scored here in the fourth inning. And they...
Score is Neosho Wildcats 3 after 4 innings of play, and the Patriots from East Newton 2. We'll be back with the top half of the 5th inning right after this. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the Neosho Wildcat and KNEO Sports Network.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook /Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Welcome back to Roy Shaver Stadium. It is the top half of the 5th inning. East Newton Patriots changed the deficit just a little bit, but the Cats are still up by a score of 3-2. On the mound for the Wildcats is Lim McInturf. He has sailed along the ball game, as has Christian Cook for East Newton.
And I haven't seen Liam pitch very much, John, but he's doing a great job for Neosho today.
He really is, and there's the first swung on, strike one.
Hayes Hagedon, the right fielder for East Newton, comes up to bat. It'll be Hayes Hagedon, Luke Moore, and Brennan Van Loo for East Newton.
Hagedon grounded out 6-3 his last time up. There's a ball high and outside. East Newton's moved their right fielder on over towards the baseline, or Neosho has, over by the first baseline just a little bit, based on a couple of foul balls that were hit over in that direction. So Kate Spiva is over there kind of scoping things out. And there's 2 strikes now. That one was swung right through it. And they got him for strike 3, and there's the next strikeout. That's the 3rd strikeout.
For Liam McInturf. And it's the first out for East Newton, and it is now the left fielder, Luke Moore.
Luke Moore's made a pretty nice catch out in left field earlier in the ball game. He has flied out, in fact, to left field. Here comes the first pitch.
And he jumps on that one.
He sure did. Right back to Hughes for the out. So we got 2 up and 2 down. Brendan Van Loo, the first baseman. He struck out his first time up. McInturf's not wasting a whole lot of time. There's that high kick, and there's a foul ball, strike 1. You know, you enjoy the fact that the Cats are up by 1, but you never know, and you never really want to allow something like this to happen, do you?
No.
There's the next pitch, and that's fouled off 2 for strike 2. So
Well,
we've got 2 outs in the top half of the 5th inning.
And John, we've seen enough ball games this year We've been around here, if the other team is close in here, all it takes is one little play, and the next thing you know, it turns the tide.
That's exactly right. Here comes the next pitch. And the home plate umpire had a look, but nothing doing, ball one.
So you got to be careful right now. No lead is too big right now.
And Lou's got to be feeling pretty good about himself. Strike three.
And there we go. So
we
it's
got
3
two
up.
Strikeouts.
3 down, no runs here. Score in the top half of the 5th inning for the East Newton Patriots as they trail the Neosho Wildcats by a score of 3-2. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
The Freeman Family YMCA is
At the Hillcrest Church of Christ, we're striving to be His own people, eager to do what is good. Join us for worship at 10 and 6 Sundays and for class Sunday morning at 9 and Wednesday evening at 7. You're sure to find a warm welcome and friendly people seeking to please God according to His Word. Wildcats, join us every Tuesday morning before school for Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. Learn more about the Hillcrest Church of Christ at neoshochurchofchrist.org.
A new era in local sports begins. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all of your local sports information. Join Sports Director Michael Imami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman every night. We cover Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern, and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
Leading off for the Wildcats in the bottom half of the 5th inning is Canton Smith. We found out that Lynn McInturf has thrown 50 pitches. Christian
Cook has thrown 52. So it's kind of a pitcher's duel today.
It very much is. The wind continues to blow, and you can hear the flag out there just outside. There's the first pitch, and Canton takes that ball to right field, and another tough catch by
right there
Hagedon.
makes a catch. He gets out there and you see him on the run. You're like, okay, he's got it. And all of a sudden he stops and it falls right in front of him. But, John, it could be that wind right now. It's just hitting into that wall of that wind because that wind is blowing from right field to left field.
Yeah, you really could. And, obviously he's of the philosophy better be safe than sorry and not let a ball get behind him. But there's the first pitch from Cook to Denver Welch. Welch came around to score in the 2nd inning, and he's had a couple of base hits.
He got caught on second base on the force out.
There's a foul ball, strike one.
And the clouds are coming back in. The dark clouds are starting to roll in again.
We have got the stands almost full tonight. People have decided they want to come and cheer on their Wildcats. There's a solid shot to left field. And I'm assuming that was
That's going to be a bait.
No?
Okay, it's going to be caught. Okay. I was trying to watch that time. I couldn't see Luke Moore out there, so I was watching Denver Welch, and he rounded off and said, okay.
And here's Noah Lawson, first baseman. Noah grounded out 6-4 his last time up, and there's the first pitch from Cook, and it's high and inside for a ball.
And right now, East Newton's appears to be Carson Reinhardt warming up for East Newton.
Well, I'd say right now the onus is on the Cats. And there is a high fly ball that we've got the second
Braden
baseman
Van Loo,
calling for it.
he's making the call, makes it. And so it's 3 up, 3 down, all fly balls for the Neosho Wildcats. No run score here in the bottom half, of the 5th inning as they lead the East Newton Patriots by a score of 3-2. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Getting to heaven isn't just about putting enough good on one side of the scale to balance the bad on the other. It's about fulfilling a death penalty, the one we deserve for our rebellion against God. None of the great moralities or great religions can pay the death penalty for our sin. Only Jesus Christ's death on the cross can do that. You have to look to Him as the only one who can save you. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
It's the top half of the sixth inning. Liam McInturf had 2 strikeouts in the last inning, and he is just moving right along. He's thrown 52 pitches, and Christian Cook has thrown 58. So both of them are pitching very, very well. That tells you something, though. We're not having a lot of hits, are we,
No,
Coach?
we're not. We're not having a lot of hits, and it's going to be Braden Van Loo, the second baseman for East Newton, that steps into the batter's box.
He flied out to Quentin Hughes his last time up. Here comes the first pitch, and it's a little bit high for a ball.
Matter of fact, both times Braden has flied out. He flied out the first time at bat to center field and flied out to Quentin Hughes.
McInturf's not wasting any time. There's a pitch just inside for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. We're in the top half of the sixth inning. The Cats are up by a score of 3-2. Lim McInturf, here comes his third pitch, and it's a
ball inside.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a change-up, a curveball that didn't curve.
And again, John, I'm watching him. He just looks like he's trying to aim the ball right now. He wants to throw a strike, and I understand that. Just rear back and throw, though.
Yeah, right now's the time he needs to throw one, and there's
ball 4. So it's going to be a base on balls for Braden Van Loo, and now it's going to be Colt Walters, the shortstop.
Walters got a base on balls his last time up. He struck out in the first inning. Nobody in the Wildcat bullpen. Here comes the first pitch. He looks back, looks over from the stretch, and they're going to bunt it, but it bunt foul for a foul ball.
They're trying to get that runner in scoring position.
Absolutely.
Not going to waste any time there, Coach Wheeler.
Hudson Williams almost on the batter by the time that ball was hit. And he's ready to go again. And there's a pickoff play that...
That's one of those, John, I would be scared of as a third baseman. I come screaming down there, and all of a sudden he rears that bat back and rips one right at me.
Well, yeah, they don't call that the hot spot for nothing, do they?
No, they don't.
Here comes the next pitch, and it's a bunt.
It's going to roll foul.
Nice job by the Cats to just let that ball roll, as tempting as it was for Canton Smith to pick it up and get the runner. But that's strike 2, so that'll take that bunt thing out of play, supposedly.
Well, we'll see here. I don't know. East Newton wants to hurry up and even this score right now.
McInturf looks over at first base. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back into the soccer field. Yeah. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Colt Walters, the shortstop.
And as wet as that ground is around here, as much rain as we had, I guarantee you, I don't think it bounced.
I don't imagine it did either. Looks back over. McInturf looking at first base a little bit. Here comes the pitch underway. And there's a solid hit, but it's going to be a foul. Now we've got somebody that's warming up.
I tell you what, though, John, that was a base ripper right there.
Yes, it was.
That thing stayed fair. It was going to go right into the corner. And I think it's either Southern or Jaden Nichols that's warming up.
Yeah, I think it probably is Nichols. Here comes the next pitch, and there's a ground ball.
It's going to be a base hit.
For a base hit.
So
he got by a diving Williams that time for a base hit, so the runner's on first and second.
And now it's going to be Will Eichelberger, the center fielder for East Newton.
Eichelberger flied out his first time up. He got on by way of a fielder's choice and came around and scored in the 4th inning.
Coach Essel's going to call a timeout. Go have a conversation here.
Yeah, I don't think whoever that is, and I think you're right, I think it's Jaden Nichols, is not even close to being warmed up yet.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think he's just going to have a conversation. I don't know, though.
Nope,
he's making a change right now because Liam is limping. Something's not right.
Yeah. Williams is
So they're going to bring
Williams
in
is going to come in.
Williams.
And that is going to bring in Nichols to play third base. And Williams is going to take some time out. So while we take time out, we want to thank some more of our sponsors. We want to thank Crowder College, Eric Norris, your State Farm agent, Joe Ringstaff, he's your financial agent at Edward Jones, First Free Will Baptist Church, Family Market, Farm Bureau agent Josh Dodson, Clark Funeral Home, and Rise Family.
And the Northwest Arkansas Naturals are at home at Arvest Ballpark on Tuesday, March 7th through Sunday, May 7th. Did I say March 7th?
Yeah, you
May
did.
7th through May 12th versus the Springfield Cardinals. For ticket information, the NWANaturals.com, or you can just go there at the game and get tickets there. They are a proud supporter of high school baseball at KNEO.
Well, Coach, the same thing that happened to Christian Cook at the beginning of the ball game with that blue glove has now happened to Hudson Williams. He had to get rid of his blue glove. So
you can't wear a blue glove if you're pitching.
Apparently not. So Coach Hessel is going to say a couple of things to him. The home plate umpire is going to go over and visit with him for just a minute or two, maybe to further explain. And my memory is not the best in the world, but I'd say that any time Hudson has pitched this year, he's been with that blue glove because that is his weapon of choice.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering right there. I really don't pay attention to the glove anymore, but evidently there are some regulations there and everything, and they're enforcing it, which is great. You want to make sure everybody's on the even playing field here. So Liam McInturf will end the ball game throwing 59 pitches for the game. And
yeah, you're right. He was hobbling off just a little bit. So obviously Coach saw something that none of the rest of us saw.
Well, and then all of a sudden I saw him telling Coach, and it was just right below the back of the knee. So I don't know what he was saying. It hurt or he felt something right there, but Coach is not taking any chances, going ahead and getting him off.
Well, Hudson's throwing the ball and throwing it pretty hard in order to try to get warmed up in plenty of time. I wonder if because it could have been an injury like that, if he doesn't get a few more minutes to warm up.
Well, he's only going to get so many pitches, that's for sure, and so forth. So
top half of the sixth inning.
And we're going to get this thing ready to go here.
Runners on first and second. There is no outs for the East Newton Patriots, and they're down by 1.
And right now, this is where they want to be right now. They've got 2 runners on, no outs. You've got a new pitcher, so to speak, and you want to get it started right now. It's going to be Will Eichelberger for East Newton. He wants to get it started, put the ball in play, and move those runners around to tie this ball game up or even take the lead over the Neosho Wildcats.
Well, Hudson Williams comes in, and we've seen him throw nothing but fastballs. Now, the base umpire goes over and has something to say to Williams as well. I'm not sure what that was all about, but
we're going to find out here. This has been very interesting.
Eichelberger steps in from the left-hand side of the plate. Hudson Williams in relief of Liam McInturf.
So they're watching his motion and everything that he's doing right now.
Here comes the first pitch, and it's a fouled off, strike 1. He may have started off with a little bit of a curveball that time. That was not his heat.
Well, and I'm just wondering if he's just, like you said, it may be a natural slider that he's just trying to throw.
Everybody's back in place. Here comes the next pitch, and
they're
there's
going to lay down a bunt right off the bat.
And the 1-3 play.
However, Eichelberger will advance the runners. So Van Loo will get to third. Walters will get to second.
Heads-up play by Lawson that time, and obviously a heads-up play by a guy who just got into the ball game, Jaden Nichols, to jump up and catch that ball. Here comes Braxton Wolf, the third baseman. Comes the first pitch.
Just inside.
Ball 1. Wolf got a base hit and came around and scored fourth inning. Here comes the next pitch underway from
Ball 2, just low.
No balls in, 2 strikes. There is 1 out. Runners on second and third. Cats infield is in for the play at the plate. There's a call. Swung on, strike 1.
So it's 2-1 count now for Braxton Wolf.
This is a place all he's got to do is hoist the ball up in the air. Wind is back down just a little bit. Here comes the next pitch, and it's a bunt. And he's safe at home.
And he's safe at home. And that was a smart play right there by East Newton. Had that going on. Brought Braden Van Vlew in. Colt Walters advanced, and now it is a tie ball game here in the top half of the 6th inning. Braxton will get on.
Well, the Cats did the right thing that time, too. It was Williams saw out of the corner of his eye what was going off, and he came charging in and tried to get the ball into
And
Smith.
it just was misplayed. And now is the catcher, Josh Mathis.
And there's a hard hit ball to third base. Everybody's going to watch it, and nice job by
Jaden Nichols did a great job at third base watching it, because right now they had him watching, and he just kept himself collected. He looked at the third base runner, then he looked at the second base runner and said, okay, I'm going to make the force out for the 5-3 put out and out number 2.
I think that little job of watching what he was doing saved us a run.
It sure did.
And there's a hard hit ball, but it's going to be fouled down the first baseline. And that is Luke Cook, the designated hitter.
And, John, you said this earlier. You need to get runs. You don't want to be down 1 like this because you never know what happens. And East Newton right now has struck here in the 6th inning to tie this ball game up.
There's a ball high. Counts 1-1. 2 outs, top half of the 6th inning, and we've got a tie score. Williams on the mound. Here comes his next pitch. And there's a can of corn to, looks like our second baseman.
Colton Southern.
Southern makes the play. So Cats get out of the inning, but not without a little bit of damage, and ties the ball game. Yeah. You're watching Neosho Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network. We're going to the bottom half of the 6th inning with a tie game. We'll be right back after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
It's the bottom half of the 6th inning. Williams comes in with the bases juiced and makes a good decision on a bunt, but it does not get the out, but he shuts him down other than that and averted what could have been a huge inning for East Newton.
Yes, you were right. That could have been a huge inning. It would have been a great turning of the momentum right there for East Newton. And right now, it's as you said, it's a tied ball game, and you've got this inning and 7th inning to make something happen. So here we go.
Here's senior Quentin Hughes, the shortstop. He has hit the ball in the air hard twice, but has been caught 2 times. Christian Cook on the mound, still for the East Newton Patriots. Been very economical with his pitches. There's the first pitch, and it took something off of it, and that's a curveball that didn't drop for ball 1.
It hung forever.
Yeah, it really did. If Hughes had been about 3 feet taller, he could have hit that ball. There's a solid hit that's going to be a base hit. You bet. Hughes is rounding first base. He's looking at second, and he's going to stop.
However, he might as well just go back because Moore's already got it to the shortstop.
Here's senior Drake Swift. He's the designated hitter. Then it will be Colton Southern and Finn Versluis for the Cats. Swift got a base hit. He came around to score in the second inning. That's a nice bunted ball. It was laid down, and there was no way to make any type of a play except at first base, and Hughes gets on to second. So Swift does his job, and it goes 5-3, 1 out. Here's Colton Southern. Southern was hit by a pitch and came around to score.
And Coach Wheeler's going to call a timeout and come out and make the change right now. He's going to change this thing up. He's going to bring in Carson Reinhardt for East Newton. Carson is a freshman for East Newton. This young man has the privilege as an East Newton Patriot to be a freshman. He came in against Monette this year in football, started for East Newton, and won the ball game as a freshman quarterback.
Yeah, that says something about him, doesn't it?
It does. He's a great young man, and if you know his parents, Jessica as well as Marty, they were great players at Diamond as well as East Newton, respectively. So he comes from great talent.
Well, we've got a runner on second base, and Reinhardt is going to come in relief of Christian Cook.
So he finishes with 61 pitches for the night.
And McInturf leaves the ball game having gotten 4 strikeouts. And we want to thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank KODEKSN, Zach's Car Wash, the YMCA,
Zach's Car Wash,
Farm
Bureau, Josh Dotson,
McKay's Roofing, Hillcrest Church of Christ, and Healthcare Ministries, Christian Healthcare Ministries.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get an opportunity, please go out there and thank them for this. It's not every day old men like John and I get to go out there and just broadcast this ball game and showcase the talent here in Southwest Missouri.
Yeah, it certainly isn't.
And without them, it wouldn't be possible.
Our batters are kind of looking to see just exactly what Mr. Reinhardt brings. He's not real big in stature, but he seems to be able to throw the fastball pretty good, doesn't he?
He's a very intelligent young man, John. I had the privilege as a defensive coordinator for East Newton. I used him a lot at safety on scout team, and him and I would sit back there and talk, and some of the things he could see as a freshman, it was just truly amazing. He's going to be a great kid to work with as he goes through East Newton.
Here's senior Colton Southern, and there's the first pitch. It's called strike one.
Caught him watching right off the bat, a breaking
really
pitch.
Did, yeah. And took something off of it.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to know, maybe he's got a knuckleball or something. The way that thing's coming in, he's got him mesmerized a little bit.
There's all kinds of room over between first and second base. The second baseman is staying over there. So Van Loo is just standing right there at second base.
They're going to give him that.
Yeah, they're just daring him to hit it that way, and he tries to, and that's going to be fouled out of play for a strike.
And I'm with you, John. I'm kind of amazed. Braden Van Loo just standing there on second base, giving that gap up right there. He may have great range, but I tell you what, you get a base rip right there, it doesn't matter. It's going for a while.
Yeah, Southern has a yard to his credit for the Cats in that home run derby that we had. And he can hit the ball. He can make things happen and change with one swing.
It's a 2-2 count now.
And there's a ball that is hit to right field, and it may very well drop. And the second baseman makes the play.
Braden Van Loo says, I got the call, Hayes. Just let me get it.
Yeah.
So he does show that he has great range right there. So it is now 2 outs, runner at second base for Neosho, and it is going to be Finn versus Luce for Neosho.
Finn versus Luce came up in the first inning, and he hit that ball right between first and second base. Base hit puts the Cats up on top.
Mathis was ready, but he evidently third baseman, there was a lack of communication right there. Something happened because he held up and said, okay.
Yeah, Hughes must have seen something.
Either that or Mathis said, I'm going to hold it up because I don't want to get it past him.
Yeah, there's a call, strike one. Runner on third base, 2 outs in the bottom half of the 6th inning with a tied score of 3-3. We'll honor our seniors after this ball game, and then we'll go home. But we invite you to be right back here tomorrow night when the Republic Tigers comes to town, and there is a hard hit ball to the shortstop. They're going to have to hurry. And
he's got it.
Yes,
he's got it right there. Colt Walters with the 6-3 put out, and the out, leaving a runner stranded on base for Neosho. Has no run score here in the bottom half of the 6th inning of a tied ball game between the East Newton Patriots and the Neosho Wildcats. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on the KNEO Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
You found it, the ultimate car wash, the one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 psi of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
It's the top half of the 7th inning. We have a tie ball game. Hudson Williams in relief of Lim McInturf, who threw 58 pitches and a little bit of a maybe point to his hammy, maybe.
Well, it's right below his back of his knee right there. So I don't know if he just twisted something and tweaked it a little bit. But he was telling Coach, hey, it's not feeling right. It's throwing me off. So he has to step out right now.
It's going to be Hayes Hagedorn. It's going to be Luke Moore and Brendan Van Loo
for the East Newton Patriots.
Yeah, the Cats need to get this over with fast and come back and rattle the bats.
Well, now I'm with you right there, John. You got to do it because right now, if you leave these East Newton Patriots in it later on in the innings, like I said, all it takes is one play, and next thing you know,
first pitch from Hudson Williams, low and inside for a ball.
All it takes is one play, and the next thing you know, you're down and it's
comes
over.
The next pitch, low for ball 2. So Hudson just needs to throw strikes and depend on the defense right here. Here comes his third pitch underway, and that's a ball.
Right now, Hagedorn right now, Hayes is showing that he's got great discipline. He's going to make him throw a strike.
Yeah, he's probably not going to swing at this one. There's called strike 1.
You called it, John. He wasn't going to swing at it. He's going to watch it and say, okay, I'm going to make you throw a strike.
Yeah. Here comes the next pitch. And there's ball 4.
So it'll be a base on balls for Hayes Hagedorn. And it's going to be Luke Moore, the left fielder.
Luke Moore has flied out to the left fielder. He's flied out to the shortstop. Hughes is playing back appropriately. Stands and there's the first pitch, and they're going to bunt it. And the ball goes over to Hudson Williams to first base for the out, but the runner moves to second.
Hagedorn had a great jump right there.
Well, Williams did the right thing. He at least had a look over at second base.
Right. And it's the first baseman, number 4, Brendan Van Loo for East Newton.
Van Loo struck out twice tonight. Let's see if we can't make it the third time. Here comes a pitch underway, and there's a ball that's fouled off.
Ooh. John, you talk about that right field line. Yeah. I tell you what.
Yeah, that ball was slicing over, wasn't it?
I tell you what now, somebody, if you can find that line right there, it might go for a while.
Yeah, this ball game's about an hour and a half old, and it's top half of the 7th inning. That just tells you how fast it's going. And there's a ground ball.
It's going to be a base hit.
Middle, and there's going to be a run scored.
No.
Nope.
No, there's not. Denver does a great job, but now you got runners on the corners with one out. And it is the top of the batting order for East Newton. It's going to be the second baseman, Braden Van Loo.
Braden Van Loo, he walked and scored in the last inning to tie the ball game. And we're going to have a pinch
runner right now. And the pinch runner is going to be...
Looks like number 7.
7. Number 7 is Tanner Woods for East Newton.
Tanner Woods, so Coach Wheeler trying to get a little bit more speed in case he gets an opportunity for a couple of insurance runs.
And right now, East Newton is going, and they're getting a pitcher in the warm-up.
Yeah, it's number 4 they're getting out there. And
number 4 is going to be Brennan Van Loo for East Newton warming up. So we might see a change here. They may not go with Carson Reinhardt very long.
Hudson Williams on in relief of McInturf, who threw just a really good ball game. And Hudson comes in. There's the first pitch.
And it's going to get by.
Passed, and there's going to be a run score.
He's safe.
Oh,
he's called safe.
He was called safe before the tag was ever put on.
So they will score and go up on the Neosho Wildcats by a score of 4-3. And Brendan Van Loo will advance
to second base.
Second base. And it's a 1-0 count for Braden Van Loo.
Hudson Williams looks back over at second. There's a pitch called strike. And he brought the heat that time, no doubt about it.
He did. It's a 1-1 count.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's what we've seen. He needs to just rock and fire. Here comes his next pitch underway, and that's a solid ball. Swung on, strike 2.
And Braden was way late on that swing, just trying to stick it out there and make a poke, but he was way late.
Yeah, he really was. So there is a ball and 2 strikes. There is 1 out and a runner on second base. And there is a ball that's hit to second base, or shortstop, and he gets him over there at third base. Nichols puts the tag on to get the play.
So Tanner Woods will get tagged out.
And Van Loo gets on first base by way of a
fielder's choice.
And here's Colt Walters, the shortstop. He had a base hit his last time up. He walked before that, and then he struck out in the first inning. Looks down to see what kind of signs Coach is throwing that way.
And Coach doesn't use a wrist coach in numbers. He just gives signals right there.
Nice pitch swung on, strike 1.
He's what we call one of them old school coaches. He gives that hand signals out there instead of calling by numbers and wrist coach.
Now, this is his first year as a head coach. He was an assistant at Stockton for 3 years. There's a foul ball out of play for strike 2.
And one of the goals he said this year in the preseason was he was going to make it boring right there because he was going to concentrate on nothing but basics for the East Newton Patriots. Get down to the basics and do all the basics correct.
And, you know, I think that's real important, especially for a new. There's a throw down to second base. It's not in time, and the runner, Van Loo, gets a stolen base.
Well, it didn't matter because they called him out.
Oh, they did? I didn't see that.
They called out number 3 right there on the strikeout because I was like, okay, everybody's heading home right now. However, the East Newton Patriots will score 1 run here in the 7th inning, top half of the 7th inning, and go up on the Neosho Wildcats by a score of 4-3. You're watching Neosho Baseball on the Caneo Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
It is the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Cats are down by 1. Brendan Van Loo is into the ball game in relief of Reinhardt, who came in relief of Christian Cook, who threw a really nice ball game as well.
And, John, what we got here right now, Carson Reinhardt moves to second. Braden Van Loo moves to third. Braxton Wolf moves to first. And Brennan Van Loo comes in to pitch for the East Newton Patriots.
Just play musical chairs.
Yeah, musical chairs. Here we go.
It's top of the batting order for the Cats. Hudson Williams is going to be up. Then it'll be Cade Spiva and Caden Smith.
And as you said, John, right now, this is it right here. This is the seventh inning. You're trailing right now. You've got to get at least 2 runs to get this ball game over, or get at least 1 to tie it up and put it into extra innings. And right now, Brennan Van Loo, he can throw a breaking pitch. Will he mix it up? And can he keep the Neosho batters off guard?
Well, the Cats have got to show their stuff. This is it right here. We talked about we had to be disciplined, but we had to be active at the plate as well. We need to put the ball in play. We certainly do. The Cats, to their advantage, though, have not had any strikeouts in the ball game, unless you know of one.
No.
I've not seen a strikeout, so the Cats are swinging the bat, and they are hitting the ball.
It's just that they're hitting them at where the players are. They're not putting them in the hole right now.
Most definitely are. Mathis is
but
hitting
honestly,
the top of his head as he looks out to the outfield.
Honestly, John, both teams have played a great ball game here.
Yeah, really have. And here's Hudson Williams.
Here's the Brennan Van Loo. The
ball low and outside.
For East Newton, ball 1.
Van Loo works pretty fast. There's call strike 1. So we got 1-1 on Hudson Williams. Cade Spive will be up next. Hudson Williams has walked the last 3 times he's been up. Here comes a pitch from Van Loo. And that is, yeah.
Tell you what, you
almost
better.
a little chin music, but it really wasn't.
I tell you what, though, with Hudson, John, you got to be ready to drop that bat right there. You leave that bat up, and it hits it, even though you're ducking. It's still a live ball like
true.
that.
Here comes the next pitch, and there was a hard hit ball. Unfortunately, it's going to go foul and out of play for strike 2. So the count's 2-2. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Cats are down by 1. We'll be back here again tomorrow night when Republic Tigers come to town, and then we'll be in Seneca on Thursday night. We'll play the Indians. They've had quite a season themselves, Larry.
They have quite a season as well.
Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball, so we got a full count.
And right now, John, here in Southwest Missouri, there's some great baseball action all the way around.
Yeah, there really is. Baseball is a hot topic.
And I don't want to sell the softball short, but right now the Diamond Girls are playing some solid softball as well.
Yeah. Hudson Williams hits that ball to the opposite field, goes right between first and second base for a base hit. So the Cats have got something going with a runner on first base and no outs. Here's Cade Spiva. Spiva has fielder's choice twice in this ball game, and the first time he was up, he grounded out 6-3. Canton Smith and Denver Welch will be batting for the Cats, either one of who can.
Okay, he's got a different. It's
yes,
a little different pickoff move than Christian Cook. I tell you what, that was an awesome pickoff move early in the ball game.
Yeah, it really was. Spiva was going to bunt and then held back for a ball. Ball almost got away from Mathis.
So it's a ball 1, no strikes. Runner on first for Neosho. Van Loo gives him a look. Makes a pickoff move.
Maybe another step off. And there's a ball inside. Third baseman was almost in. And that is Brendan Van Loo.
I tell you what, you play that third base line. I mean, he's already in on the grass right now. You got to have some guts, because all of a sudden, if that batter rears back and rips one right at you, it's coming quick.
And there was a great bunt, and there's not going to be a play anywhere but to first base. But that moves the runner around to second. So Spiva does his job. And 1-3.
For the first out, and it is now going to be Canton Smith, the catcher.
Canton Smith has hit the ball in the air He got a base hit his first time up, and then he flied out to the center fielder and his flight out to the right fielder. Van Loo kind of wiping the sweat a little bit off his hand, it looked like.
His glove hand.
Yeah. Here, looks down at second base, and they're thinking bunt again, and Canton rips it, and that ball is going way back, but it's going to be caught by the center fielder.
Eichelberger with the catch,
yes.
and he makes the throw real quick. So there are 2 outs, runner at second, and it is now Denver Welch, who is the winning run at the plate.
And tell you what, Canton looked at all those guys coming in, and he thought, I'm going to swing. I'm going to swing, and his swing he did.
I'll tell you right now, John, as I said, man, you coming in, you better have some guts, man, because all of a sudden they were back like he did and ripped one.
Second baseman was headed to first, and here they went. Here's Denver Welch. Here comes the first pitch, and it is ball inside. Runner on second base. The Cats are down to their last out.
And they're a two-out rally team, so.
Well, they are. It's been a very well-played ball game up to this point.
Makes a fake.
Van Loo makes a fake to back over towards second base, and Hudson Williams.
But Hudson's not doing his normal dance.
No, he's not. Here comes a pitch, and there's a call
Strike
one.
So it's now a 1-1 count. So I still, I can still wonder. He's not dancing, so is that hip still bothering him a little bit after he got hit by that pitch a little bit?
Noah Lawson's up next. Here comes Eichler, pitch, and swung on foul ball.
For strike number 2. So it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs.
Denver seems to be swinging the bat better than what we've seen.
Yes,
He's
he's coming around.
He's seeing the ball. Van Loo steps off the rubber, and Welch backs out.
Says, okay, we're just going to play this psychological ball game here a little bit.
He's back in the box again. And he shakes his head like he likes the pitch.
No.
No.
Go ask. He asked. No, he said
he's
he
safe.
didn't.
He is safe.
He said he
yes.
didn't. I tell you what, that was close.
That was really close. A nice decision by the home plate umpire because he was getting ready to ring him up.
I tell you what, everybody for East Newton thought he was rung up.
Yeah.
Said, okay, let's make the appeal. No. So it's now a 2-2 count.
Van Loo on here. He looks at second base. Here comes the next pitch. And that one's foul back out of play. So Denver Welch hanging in there.
As you said, he's hanging in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can Van Loo mix it up enough, and keep him off guard?
And he has got right center field wide open. So we'll see where it goes. Here comes the pitch from Van Loo. Ball low.
3,
and
just
outside,
low.
Full count. Noah Lawson, the senior, will be up next should Welch get on. Ball 4.
Ball 4, okay.
Nice at bat for Denver Welch that time.
So now you got a runner at second, a runner at first. Your winning run is at first base. Your tying run is at second, 2 outs, and it is Noah Lawson. And he has flied out his last 2 times at bat. His first time at bat, he grounded out.
Yeah, the wind is almost phased where it's blowing right straight to left field. Here comes the first pitch, and there's call strike 1.
And right now, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on yourself as a batter, but if that thing's close, you got to be swinging that bat.
Well, you do, and there's that big opening between first and second again, and Lawson knows that Williams has the speed. Call strike 2.
Strike 2.
Yeah.
And John, it seems like Hudson Williams is the only one that put that thing right out in right field, right down that line. He just beelined it right there where the second baseman should have been.
And here comes the pitch from Van Loo. Fouled it off. Yeah, just barely got a piece of it that time.
Tell you what, that's pretty good right there because that was a great off-speed pitch.
Yes, it was. Count remains the same. No balls and 2 strikes. Denver Welch on first base and Hudson Williams on second.
And, John, right now, this is a great thing about it. You can mix this up. You don't have to make it close.
And there is a hard-hit ball that is going to go back, but it's going to be caught by Eichelberger, and that's the ball game.
That is the ball game. So the East Newton Patriots will take this victory by a score of 4-3 over the Neosho Wildcats. We're going to take a short break and come back after this with the wrap-up.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to the ball field. We're at Roy B. Shaver Stadium, and this ball game is over. The East Newton Patriots, kudos to them. They played a great ball game.
They did. They hung in there, and they just kept fighting. They went down 3-0 real quick, and they never gave up. They just kept clawing away back at it and just doing little things, and in turn, that one run here in the 7th inning was the big difference for them.
Well, there's no doubt about it. They pitched by committee, which they certainly did. They had their ace, their lefty, that went 6 innings, and then they changed a little bit from there and brought in 2 other people to finish the ball game off. But the East Newton Patriots win it by a score of 4-3. McInturf in his varsity debut, as far as we're concerned, had 4 strikeouts. So there's some good things that are happening with the Cats. It's just a matter of time.
As you said, John, he did a great job pitching for Neosho right there. I want to take my hats off to the East Newton Patriots. They did what it took. They coached them up. They played, and they never gave up. They did a great job. This was a great victory for them as they go in and get themselves prepared for districts.
Yeah, it really was. The Cats played a great ball game, too. I don't believe there was an error in the ball game.
I think there's only one, if I remember right, but I could be wrong.
Okay, but that's going to wrap it up from here. From the Cats fall to 8-20. There's no difference in their COC. They're still at 2-5. East Newton wins their 10th ball game, which has got to feel good to them getting ready to come into district playoffs. We'll tell you about district playoffs as soon as we find out something, and that may be here in the next little bit. Hey, be back with Larry and I tomorrow night when we will be playing the Republic Tigers. That's right, Republic Tigers. And then we'll run over to Seneca on Thursday, weather permitting. Boy, I get tired of saying that.
You got to tie that in there. You never know.
That's right.
This type of season.
Hey, God bless you for watching us. We're grateful for that. Hopefully, we've broken up your afternoon a little bit, and it's been a good time to watch your Neosho Wildcats. Be out here tomorrow night and cheer them on. They're good crowd that was here tonight after we had a little bit of sprinkler, too, and we're excited for that, and they've got to feel good. We are recognizing our seniors right now. We're just welcomed and honored Quentin Hughes. We'll be honoring the other 3 as well. So until we see you tomorrow night, this is John Ball and Larry Perkins saying, catch you next time, and go Cats!
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to